thank you to all of you for being here. I do want to, because I understand the question's already been asked by Senator Fisher of Nebraska, associate myself with her remarks regarding flexibility for the trucking industry in this country to deal with the port challenge. You know, we are facing this unprecedented supply chain crisis, and we've got a lot of Americans who are encountering already empty store shelves, long wait times, rising costs, and we've got the holiday season approaching. In my state, agricultural producers are also feeling the crunch, with capacity for their goods being hampered by a combination of surging demand for containerized shipping and a massive backlog at our nation's ports, particularly LA Long Beach. This inefficiency has downstream effects on commodity prices, hurting farmers and ranchers across the country, including in South Dakota. In addition to investments in capacity, our nation's ports are desperately in need of two things. One is modernization, and the other one is transparency. The fact that a move to 24/7 operations at LA Long Beach, which is a standard practice in much of the rest of the world, merits a presidential announcement is baffling, especially with dozens of ships anchored off the coast waiting to be unloaded. Failure to invest in terminal automation and port efficiency initiatives such as data sharing compounds the problems we're facing today and puts the United States below the global average in vessel wait times. A resolution to this crisis is imperative, and I look forward to, I know you've already spoken on some level to this issue, but I'd like to further get comments from all of you on that issue. Mr. Vekich, as this committee begins crafting an FMC reauthorization, there's been substantial discussion regarding the assessment of detention and demurrage fees on shippers by ocean carriers and marine terminal operators who often allege such charges are made in error. Concern with these charges has only been exacerbated by the supply chain crisis. The FMC's fact-finding investigation number 29 recommended that more information be required to accompany detention and demurrage charges similar to the Surface Transportation Board. If confirmed, will you commit to working with your fellow commissioners to address this recommendation and improve the transparency of detention and demurrage charges?
Thank you for that question, Senator. And frankly, helping and reinforcing the efforts to better oversee the supply chain and Chairman Maffei's efforts on audits, especially on demurrage and detentions, are one of the reasons I think I want to do this and help regulation and provide reinforcement and encouragement to continue to keep fairness and keep the supply chain, do what we can to alleviate supply chain congestion. The port congestion, frankly, was one of the reasons I thought I should apply for the job. And I have hands-on experience, and I want to do what I can to help move cargo.
Mr. Coase, if confirmed, how would you work to address these supply chain challenges, particularly at our nation's ports?
Thank you again, Senator, for that question. There are two approaches. There's a short-term and a long-term. Through my office, we will be working with our other modal leadership, one, to continue to address the hours of service, to provide additional flexibilities. Right now, the department is working with a number of state DOTs to figure out how we can increase commercial driver's license permits because we need more drivers. Third, we are already, as you are maybe aware, made significant investments, particularly through the infra program, to support port infrastructure. But this is not enough. This is going to be a whole of government and a whole of country approach. One of the things I also recognize in my work prior to joining the administration in the private sector is that it's one thing to try to get the cargoes, you also need the workers to get there. And this is one of the reasons why we are emphatically endorsing the passage of the infrastructure package, because it's going to bring significant resources to make sure workers can get there, whether it's through public transportation or other mobile means. And so with those are the approach that we would like to take if confirmed. But again, I would love to continue to work with your staff. You have been a leader on this issue moving forward.
Thank you. And I would just say, I think we need a Marshall Plan on the ports right now. I mean, it should be a whole of government. Everybody should be looking and not just looking, but coming up with solutions to help address it. We got a half a minute left. Let me just, Dr. Locascio, I introduced the Quantum Network Infrastructure and Workforce Development Act with Senator Hassan, which was included in the United States Innovation and Competitiveness Act. Among other things, the bill seeks to build on the expertise of NSF, NIST, and the DOE to improve existing research on quantum networking and encryption and better prepare students and workers for this emerging sector? If confirmed, how would you work to promote U.S. competitiveness and development in the development and standardization of innovative technologies?
Thank you for that question, Senator. NIST has been in the quantum game for a long time, and all of their basic research has really contributed in partnership with several universities, including the one where I am now, University of Maryland and University of Colorado, has really put the United States at the forefront of the quantum revolution that we're experiencing now. And so it's critical that, as we look forward to what quantum can do, quantum computing and quantum information systems and quantum communications in general are really these leapfrog technologies that push us into new boundaries of measurement and computing that we haven't experienced before. And this can allow us to do great things with complex problems like climate science and biotechnology. I would work with you to make sure we have robust internal laboratory programs, partnering with universities all over the country, but also making sure that the manufacturing of this great innovative technologies is done here, and we don't lose that to another country like we lost a lot of our manufacturing in the United States.
Thank you. Thank you.